name is Bill.
And I'm Jeannie.
And we own Blue Sky.
So we started out looking at catamarans, right?
Yep. Sailing catamarans.
Sailing catamarans.
And powered catamarans. I mean, either one would work.
Well, one day it just dawned on me, I'm going to have to spend a lot of time outside on a sailing catamaran. And with my red hair and fair skin, I just can't be out in the sun like that. And then also, I don't like the wind that much.
Yeah.
So.
Doesn't like me to have the windows down on the car.
Right.
Yeah, it was like I couldn't open the center window on the boats because then wind would be blowing through. She didn't want to be up on the flybridge.
I know. I'm a wimp. Okay, so get over it. Anyway, so then we started looking at trawlers. First of all, it just has a classic look. And then secondly, it just felt like something you could live in comfortably.
It ticked all the boxes we were looking. I mean, the only thing that was really missing, I would have liked the flybridge, but it was like, I can live without a flybridge. I wanted to do long range. This boat certainly has the range anywhere from 2,000 nautical miles and maybe as much as 4,000 too. This boat did come over, my understanding is, on its own bottom from Singapore all the way to Vancouver, and we purchased this boat. It was actually in St. Augustine, Florida, so we had to bring it down to Cape Canaveral. And we did that over the Christmas, New Year's break. And that night, a cold front came through, and we went from those wonderful 70 degrees and whatnot to 35, 40 degrees. It was really cold when that came through. 20 to 30 mile an hour wind, and it was spitting rain all day. And there's a sailboat going by us, and there's one lone person, all of his weather's on, and he's huddled over and his hands out on the tiller of his little boat, and you can just see he's shivering. And I'm sitting here in a nice comfortable seat like this, drinking some hot chocolate, going, I can deal with a pilot house. This is pretty nice. Well, so when we got the boat, we'd been allowed to set pretty much without any new paint going on or any real maintenance going on to it for about 2 years. So that resulted in some rusted through areas on the cabin roof behind us in the salon. And so we knew those needed to be worked on. But other than that, that really seemed to be where the predominance of rust was, that we knew we needed to take care of. So we got the boat back here. We pulled the headliner out of the salon so the welders could do the work up there. And after I'd finished that, I damaged, or I had hit the starboard wall near one of the windows, and the material, the wood, had kind of dry rotted there because it crumbled. So I did some more looking into it, and basically it was dry rotted, I don't know, about 2 or 3 feet down the wall. And so it's like, okay, well, that's not good. But that could still have been just a new piece put in and patched in, and then it had like a fiberglass cover over or finish on it or whatever. But I looked down into it and I could see there were little critter crawly things were living down inside where it was damp inside that area. So we decided, okay, well, if we're going to pull out the interior, let's just go ahead and pull out the interior all the way around the salon. Well, as we were doing that, we discovered that the hose fitting, or one of the plumbing fittings on the port side, actually had a little small hairline crack in it, and it was probably for multiples of years, because when the boat was in St. Augustine, they were on city water with that just plugged into the boat, so no pumps ran or anything like that. They just had pressurized water. Well, that just slowly leaked, and it leaked down and it saturated the wood within, I don't know, about 3 feet of that fitting, and then kind of went towards the back. And then there were some holes the water was able to get down into the port bedroom, and then go run over down it into its wall, and then down onto the flooring, and then also into the master bedroom. The salon is connected to the ceiling of the salon goes into the master bedroom. So there was also extensive rust damage in there.
The floor of the salon.
Floor, yeah, because the water would just run down the wall, but then it would pool on the flooring.
Yeah.
So once we discovered that, so now we've pulled the interior out of the salon, the port bedroom, and the master bedroom. to get to all that rust area and whatnot. And at that point, it's like, well, we probably should go ahead and just inspect the entire boat and make sure there's no other areas that have this type of rust or have had leaks and whatnot.
Plus, after we tore out the interior, then we could see the plumbing and some wiring, and there was some not so good things going on that we weren't happy with.
Yeah, especially with the wiring. There had actually been
a fire.
Yeah, there had been at least, well, I don't know if it ever became a full-on fire, but certainly some big smoldering areas where the insulation had rubbed against metal and shorted, or they'd shot a nail through one side. But you can definitely see, somewhere we got some pictures of the copper wiring in his jacket, where the jacket's just all melted, and there's just 3 bare strands of wire sitting in there. So at that point we made the decision, okay, let's tear the entire interior out, look for more rust. So once we had the entire interior out, well, now we needed to sand all the paint inside and retreat all the metal and repair the metal where it needed to be repaired and everything like that. So, you know, it took about a year to get us back to the point where we had a boat that was now ready to have things start to go back into it. And I guess that was beginning of 2019, basically. We did all the painting, and then we started putting electrical in March of 2019. And then we had the interior guys come in. Once we'd gotten the electrical in for the salon and the pilot house, we had the people that were going to do our interior. They came in May of 2019. And they started doing interior work, and then while they were doing interior work in the upper 2 rooms, we were doing wiring in the front 2 rooms, the front bathroom, front stateroom, and what we call the media room. We were doing all that wiring, and then they came down and did the interior for the stateroom and the media room. And then we still needed to do the rear stuff, but at that point we'd now been doing all this interior work for I guess we were close to a year at that point. We need to concentrate on getting the boat back in the water, or at least turning it back into the boat, because we got a lot of system work to do. So in 2020, we changed, instead of doing more interior work, we decided we were going to get all the systems working back in the boat. And we had tore out, I mean, everything, wiring harnesses down to the engines, all the plumbing, all the water lines. You know, if it was old material, yeah, because all that. Yeah, all the tanks, that was loads of fun getting this waste tank, black tank out of here. So we started working on those systems, and you know, that just took a long time putting all those systems back in. Everything was put back in to ABYC standards. In fact, we just had our first ABYC survey, or a surveyor come out, and we you know, he was happy with everything. Right.
Well, you are.
Yeah, I'm ABC
certified.
Electrical certified. Yeah, during my time, I decided to go ahead and go to the class and get certified on that, just because that was a big part of it.
So I want to point out that we do most of this ourselves. He's an engineer, and he can figure it out and figure out how to do it and learn how to do it.
Lots of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
That was
plumbing, electrical, building walls, structural, all that he can do.
Yeah.
I'm
the boss.
The boss, yeah. The boss and the gopher.
Yeah. So that's why we're sitting on 4 years, and it's still not finished.